Steve DeFine and I just made a record together in Amsterdam. It's out here in England, just came out. It's called Mohawk. But I've got to do my part naked tonight because he's got another gig playing this. Metaphorically naked. I ain't taking my motherfucking clothes off or nothing. Unless a bunch of people are coming with me. I'll do it then. Chew. We have the great artist Chew here in the house. He made the cover for our album, the whole package. 360-degree insight. In the beginning of the modern era in Harlem, in the early days of the new music, in the days of war, when Bird and Diz and Monk made it all start to happen in Harlem. Late at night, the music hit hard and deep. Monk and Bird and Dizzy turned it all around and made it fit what was happening in New York City. The war, the sound of modern city life in Midtown or in downtown. Monk and Bird and Dizzy made the music fit. They made it fit. They made the music come to life. They made life come to the music. They made it boom. Bloomdido. Bloomdido. Bloom diddy bop. Pop. Pop. They made it bloom like a gigantic flower in a magnificent garden. Or millions of flowers. Bop! They gave it life and made it bloom. Dido. Bop! And great flowers emerged in the middle of the night. They made it bloom. They gave it life. They made it all happen at once. Yeah. I should have get this out. I used to walk around, I ain't no rap artist. Shoot a straight line back through time from the 6th of June, 1950, midway through the 20th century. Shoot it through the center point of a human triangle made of spirit and flesh, Monk and Bird and Dizzy. Shoot it back to the end of the 1930s in New York City, Harlem, Clark Monroe's Uptown House at 132nd Street and 7th Avenue on the old site of the Rhythm Club, where the set started at 4 a.m. And the house band was Bird sometimes, Vic Colson and George Treadwell on trumpets, Alan Tinney piano, Ebenezer Paul on bass, and from Brooklyn, a very young Max Roach at the drums. And leading the band, the man with the plan so tight that they named the joint after him, Clark Monroe, the Dark Gable, with a sharp eye for business and a regular hit for the band in Midtown. Every night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., 7 nights a week, with every 7th week off, Georgie J's 78th Street Tap Room employed this splendid ensemble, with Clark Monroe doing his little dance steps, fronting the band all night. And then they would tear off to Harlem and hit after the tap room gig from 4 to 8 a.m. at the Uptown House, 7 mornings a week, all juiced up and ready to cook through dawn with anybody who was ready to sit in. The Clark Monroe outfit set the pace with his tight little arrangements, and the trumpet of Vic Coleman, the trumpet of Vic Colson. And players would come up to Monroe's from all over town after their gigs. Or if they were in the city with the big bands that toured, they would come up to Harlem and get with what was happening in the jazz center of the world, where the cats who could really play were cutting a new edge on the shape of the music, pointing it into the future out in front of them, where they could kick it square in the ass and make it go where it had never gone before. In 1942, when the new music called bebop was new, like even before it was called bebop, and Monk and Bird and Dizzy were wild young men of music with insane ideas and incredible technique, desperate to push the music forward at Clark Monroe's Uptown House, where Coleman Hawkins and Roy Eldridge say, and 5 cats from the Glenn Miller Band, plus Lester Young, Billie Holiday, a few students from Columbia, including Jack Kerouac and Jerry Newman, who took down the music on the little wire recorder that his daddy bought him for college. Plus some sailors on leave, whores, pimps, and dope sellers, young musicians like Monk and Benny Harris. There might be Dexter Gordon in town from the West Coast with the Benny Carter Orchestra, and more cats from Harlem and their lady friends. This would be the crowd between 4 and 8 in the morning, when the music would start to take off and Bird would play some shit on Cherokee that would make people's jaws drop. Where did this motherfucker come from? Thrusting his intelligence and drive into the heart of the old music, cutting a new channel where something could be said about what was happening right now. Bam, bop, splee, dooey, ooh, bop. This was the way so many people had been feeling inside. And say Dizzy climbs up on the stand and puts in his $200 million worth. And suddenly there's Monk at the piano and Kenny Clark, Clute Mop at drums. And Coleman Hawkins says, whoa, let me get up there with these young bloods and feel this out for myself. Bow-weep, splat-doop, splooey-dooey-ee-bop. This is the shit. Blooey-bop-she-bam. The heavens opened up and the holy feeling entered the participants from above and below until they were infused with the new spirit of the new music. Boo-bop, bee-bop, Bird and Monk and Dizzy wailing through the Harlem night at Clark Monroe's Uptown House, turning on the world and spinning it around on a whole different axis. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.